Hi there, I'm Andre from Peak Motorcycles and I'm here at EICMA 2024. And I'm here at the stand of a brand called Benda, B-E-N-D-A. Not one that I've heard of. I was just walking past and they have a few interesting looking bikes with some unusual suspension arrangements at the front. So I'm going to show you around the stand, see what you think. So first up we have this, which is the Benda Napoleon Bob 500. It is a 500cc cruiser with what looks like a girder fork at the front. I have a feeling it's actually just a conventional fork underneath that, but the way that they've done oh yes it is, I can see the piston there, but the way they've done the styling makes it look quite different, and well, it might not be everyone's cup of tea. I think that is something, certainly something different. Even the materials in there on the back of the headlamp cover. Looking over the rest of the frame, it's got that sort of industrial looking coating on it. It certainly all looks very, very sturdy, lots of cast bits on it. A bit of plastic around the engine, or so it looks. Bobber back end, just that single seat, the wide tank. And coming back up here, that dash. So yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. I'll show you what else they have on the stand. So we have a few more of these. It's like a Sportster with a rear seat. There we have it again with a single seat in that rather nice looking green with that leather seat. So that one does actually have a slightly different arrangement at the front end. So maybe that is what's hidden within the other. So it's a conventional fork underneath, but with the shock absorbers mounted on that sort of girder arrangement out the front. Now, this bike does actually look pretty big, but that is a 250 V-twin, which is something a bit different. I suppose if you don't actually need a fast bike, let's face it, a lot of 250s, a lot of cruisers don't need to go that quickly. This one is, I think, 19 kilowatts, which is what? Is that maybe sort of 20 horsepower, 25, something like that? Doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but then again, when I rode the Royal Enfield Meteor 350, I thought 19 horsepower wouldn't be enough, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So maybe they're onto a thing. They also do it all the way down to a 125. Still looks like a big bike, just with a very small capacity. If I come up here as well, we do have something which looks a lot bigger. Yeah, that is kind of interesting with that sort of 4 exhausts hidden away in there. I think that is actually a 700cc inline 4. You can certainly tell what it might be trying to look a bit like. It's called an LFC 700. It comes with a slipper clutch. It'll do 100 miles an hour. It is quite a remarkable 287 kilos. But hey, that's for a 700 LFC with a little key on the side there even. That looks, well, it's certainly something unexpected from Benda. Even that front end with the headlamp above what looks like a sort of a turbine inlet there is an interesting design feature. The other things that are here on the Benda stand are things like this 1000cc V-twin quad, which is actually enormous, and you see the people behind it. That is actually a long way off the ground, a huge amount of ground clearance. It's got a winch on the front. The fact it's 1000cc, 98 horsepower. I mean, that thing looks like it really would be, quite a monster. Certainly comfortable for 2 off-road. They have a smaller 550cc quad, again, pretty tall, stands much taller than a motorcycle. Nice big TFT dash on there. Very comfortable rear seat for the passenger. And then the last one I'll show you is this Redstone 1000 R2. It's kind of similar to the other one, but with a slightly different finish. And again, just lots of features on it that make it look very sturdy indeed. If we're coming up, looking at the dash, looking on the top, I guess that might be a gear lever in there at the front. And what looks a bit like a tablet and even a controller there for standard work and sport. I wonder if that's the gearbox. So yeah, certainly something a little bit different here at EICMA. Well, that is it. That is my look at the Benda stand here at EICMA 2024. Hope that's been interesting and useful. If it has, please check out my other content from the show, and maybe I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.